Okay, first of all, you guys. You guys, the orange. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing another skin tint review. We are reviewing the new Rose Inc Tinted Serum, or what is this called? It has the longest name. The Rose Inc Skin Enhance Luminous Tinted Serum, and I'm really freaking excited. I asked you guys online, did a poll, and you guys overwhelmingly, by like over 50%, wanted me to review the Rose Inc one first, but I have Say Beauty coming, Amico coming, Cali Ray Beauty, the new Cali Ray Beauty coming, we have a new Jason Wu, we have a ton of stuff, but let me know down below if there's something specific that you want me to review that maybe I haven't listed here. I mean, there's a million new mascaras launching or have recently launched, so those will also be coming, but let me know down below what else you want to see. But yeah, I just want to kind of get into this Rose Inc Tinted Serum review because this is going to be, I feel like, a long one because we're going to be doing try on, obviously, I'm not wearing any makeup, and then we're going to be comparing and contrasting it to other skin tints and full review and all of that. So let's get into it. If you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into this Rose Inc Tinted Serum review. All right, you guys, let's get into it. I'm excited. So here is first of all, the shade. I know it's already we're already in a tough spot with the shade match. I will say I got the shade 100, and just to know, in the concealer I have the shade LX100, and so I felt as though it could be like a decent match. I also looked at the model. I'm going to put the picture of the model on the screen, and I felt as though she was like a good match for me, at least like we're in the same range of tone, like in term, I might be a little darker than her, but like in range of tone. Yeah, I thought it would be like a decent match. I also looked at arm swatches. The arm swatch pictures that they have on the website now are different than the ones that they had before. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say it with my chest. They're different than they were before. Before it was like all of them kind of lined up next to each other so that you can kind of see how they compare. Now they have them on just the arms that they feel like are the shade match for that person. I also know Rosie Huntington Whiteley said that she's like shade 60 and 70 or something like that. So, and we are departures of skin tones, and like this, so clearly I need to go a little bit darker. Now, I will say, I don't know what it is about brands and shade matching, but can we get some more neutral, less orange, less red tones? And I feel like this about like recent launches of other brands too. Like, we need to be working on shade options. But let me just swatch this on the back of my hand for you. This is what it looks like, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And it has like these little, what looks like beads in it, and then I'm gonna blend it out just so you can see the shade match. You guys, I mean, it's so warm, and I think the description of this is medium deep, which deep where I'm not deep, and my skin tone should never be described as deep. Medium deep skin tone with golden undertones, which I just don't even think that's golden. That's definitely just full aggressively warm, but that's okay. So we're gonna apply this. The best way I have found to apply it, she says you like put it on the back of your hand, swirl it around with the brush that they have. I didn't order the brush that they have. I feel like if a skin tint or a skin product like a foundation only works with the brush that you give me, that's some whack city stuff. So I just ordered this. I use my Heavenly Luxe #7 with it, and I was not a huge fan of its application with a regular, just everyday brush. I have other foundation brushes too that I used it with, and I didn't love it with a brush. So I think the best way to apply it is with your fingers. So I have a little pump on my fingers, and I'm going to apply it with my fingers. I mean, you can just already see it's not a great match tone-wise. I do feel like after it's applied a little bit, it kind of tones itself down a bit, but I mean, no, I look like a crazy person. I just do. So my forehead, I feel like, is a little bit less, so I'm gonna apply it with my finger. Now, I feel like you can see in terms of coverage that it's pretty much just adding a tint to my skin, but this is also not like a great match. So if it was a better match, you would not be able to see it. However, this is not a good color match for me. This is very warm, but since it's a tint and it's really lightweight, it kind of like settles in, and but it does look a little bit wild. All right, so that is it applied to my face. And although it's not a great match, just in terms of undertone, it's very, very lightweight, that you, as you can see. And because of that, it isn't the worst thing ever. But I need, can we get some just neutral tones? So I'm gonna apply a little bit of the concealer and blend it out. And then I'm gonna go on with the rest of my makeup. I just figured I'd do the concealer on camera too. I'll do the makeup on camera too, but it'll be like silent and like just fast forwarded through. And I'm using the new Amicole concealer brush. Okay, so that is everything done. I do feel like the concealer in general, if it's like 100s, should be like an indication, even though it's not a perfect match always, I get that because formulas are different, should be somewhat of an indication. My hair looks crazy. Somewhat of an indication whether or not a shade's gonna work. Now that it kind of settles and you can kind of see that like, it doesn't look insane. It is not a good undertone match. It definitely looks a lot more orange. Like I'm looking at myself, it looks a lot more orange in person. It's not the worst thing. I'm looking at the monitor. It's not the worst thing from here, but like, no, not a great match. So I'm gonna move on to the rest of my makeup now, and I'm just gonna apply as I go, and everything will be linked. I'm gonna fast forward through it all, but I know people like to watch makeup applications sometimes, so I'm gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna keep this in, but I'm just gonna apply the rest of my makeup now. All right, you guys, makeup is on. Hair is looking crazy. I feel like I'm having time with my hair and I'm super freaking over it. But let's get into it. Let's do a full breakdown of the Rose Inc Tinted Serum. Now, this serum, again, I feel like the shade range needs to be worked on a little bit. I'm gonna swatch a little bit on the back of my hand, but you know, I think a lot of the time when brands launch skin products or like complexion products, they end up working on the shade range, and hopefully that happens here. I do feel like there just needs to be just put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm blending it out. I want you to kind of see how it sets up just on the hand, because it definitely sets up, which I actually do find that pretty impressive. Just cause, you know, so this is what it looks like. Like clearly she didn't get a good shade match, but you know what, hey, it happens. On the face it doesn't actually look, I mean, I'm looking at the monitor right now, my face does not look as orange it does in person. She looks a little bit orange, but you know what, it happens. Let's talk about this in general. So this is really similar to, actually, wait, I just looked it up so that I could mention it, the Chanel Freshwater Tint. I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's really, really similar to that. So if you were interested in that product but you didn't have a shade match, because they have like literally 5 shades, or maybe now they expanded it to be like 8, but like they do not have a good shade range, this might be a really good option for you, because this has a way more extensive shade range than Chanel. I mean, in general, most people have a more extensive shade range than Chanel. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Chanel. Time to step it up. But the Rose Inc Tinted Serum definitely has a better shade range and is really, really similar. I've tried the Chanel one, I've swatched it, and I've tried a million years ago, and this is very, very similar, I will say, in terms of what the product is and the style of product, and it's very unique. It has like you have the, I don't know if you can tell, but in the picture on the websites, or not the website, but if you look at Sephora or anywhere that's selling it, you'll see like little dots and you'll be like, oh, that looks kind of funky. That's literally what it looks like in person. I know it's kind of probably hard to tell right now, but that's what it looks like, which is really interesting. I found that really unique. Now, this product, I would say, is definitely just to even out your skin tone. Like there's no coverage. Honestly, I would say negative coverage. Like there is like none. Now I will say I feel like this does, towards the end of the day, I will be honest, cling to some dry patches, which I don't love. My hyperpigmentation, definitely it clings to. And I have a little bit of eczema, and I definitely notice like some clinging towards the end of the day. And I don't love that. Also, I will say that I feel like for a product that has a serum in it, it doesn't really plump me up, which I always want to be like plumped up. And I feel like products in general should be super, super hydrating, even if they're not like, I don't know. I just feel like products should be more hydrating, especially in winter. I just like, girl, like it is dry as all get out here. Okay, like it's so dry. Hydrate me. So I feel like this doesn't do that. However, this does have a nice satin finish, and I feel like it definitely does something. Like, look, okay, so I put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's not fully set up yet, but this like sets kind of. Okay, but if you can see the finish of it, yeah, you can see compared to just like my hand without it on. It looks crazy, but you can definitely see that there is like a satin finish to it, and it gives like a little bit of a sheen. But again, I will say I don't feel like it like plumps me up or does anything like that, which I kind of expect with a serum for you to kind of give me some hydration. But again, that's not for everyone. That's so the kind of style of product isn't necessarily for me, because I like something that also dews up a little bit. And this I feel like just kind of evens out skin tone minimally, but it still does it, and that's kind of it. And I feel like for the price, I find it a little bit expensive. And here's the thing, you guys know, I mean, I have like a $60 mascara, and I tried it on and I said I would buy it again. So I'm like, price itself, I just feel like is expensive for what it does. Not that the serum isn't great and it doesn't like I feel like you kind of have to use something a lot longer to kind of see what the effects are, but it didn't like break me out or anything like that. So definitely it's nice to have something that has a serum in it. I just feel like in terms of coverage and in terms of what it does, I need a little bit more for the price, if that makes sense. Like I need sunscreen or I need something, because this is also a product that I would probably exclusively wear in the summer. I need my products to have a little bit something, and I feel like SPF would be nice in this, just because although it's a serum and you can just wear SPF underneath it, I feel like it's nice for like, even if you're just running outside really quick, to have something with SPF in it that's this lightweight. It needs a little bit something more for me personally to warrant the price. However, that doesn't mean I don't like this product. It just means I feel like it's a little bit expensive for what it is. And again, I use plenty of products that are way too expensive, but like I really enjoy them, so they're worth it for me. So you just kind of have to decide, I think, for yourself if something like this is worth it for you, because it's super, super lightweight, and that's not bad. It just doesn't have like the oomph that I personally need in a skin tint. I definitely do think that this would work if you're a very minimalist person and you just want to like slap this on and like you want no coverage, but you just want like to feel like you're wearing something, or like it's like a nice step in your everyday routine, and you like that this is a serum, you would probably really enjoy this. Let's talk about the Rose Inc Tinted Serum compared to my other skin tints and tinted serums. So I have the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint, I have the Tower 28 Tinted Sunscreen, the Say Beauty Skin Tint, the Kosas Tinted Face Oil, and the Ami Colé Skin Tint. Now, these ones, I picked these because these are really popular, and these are ones I talk about all the time, and I have done like really in-depth talks about them. So I want to talk about them, her compared to these ones, because I feel like most people have used them. Would I use or grab the Rose Inc Tinted Serum over the other skin tints that I mentioned today? No. And the reason for that is I need a little bit more. And I don't mean like I need a ton more coverage. I just need more from a $50 product. I need sunscreen. I need something. I need a little bit more coverage, or a little bit something. I feel like this really does next to nothing. And even if it's a serum, I want, for me personally, I want a dewier complexion. I want something that makes me look really youthful and like hydrated and just plumped up and just amazing. And for a product like this specifically, because in my mind it's a summer product for me, especially after using it, I need something more from a summer product, a product that, like, let's say I'm playing tennis. I don't play tennis, but like let's say I'm playing tennis or something like that, and I just want to slap something on and have it give me a little bit of coverage or a little bit of wash or something, but still look like skin. I need something more from a summer product. I need something that is more on the SPF side or something like that. Because if I'm just going to use it because it's a serum or has like a serum mixed with color, I can just take a serum I use or an oil I use or my face cream that I use and just put a couple drops of the face like color that I want to use, like one of these, and just like share it out like that if I want like next to no coverage, which I've done. Sometimes I'll take like one of my skin tints or something like that and add it to my face cream and just apply it like that, and I get like such minimal coverage. But like I love that. I can just do that at home for myself. It doesn't mean I dislike it. I actually do enjoy this product. I think it's nice. I think the shade range is the wackest of cities. I mean, look at my neck versus my face, and it doesn't even, I'm looking in the monitor right now, it doesn't look as orange as it does in the mirror right now. I'm looking in the mirror and it is, you hate to see it, but you know, it happens. Okay. Sometimes you just don't get a great match. I was wearing it the other day and my husband was like, I was like, do I look a little like orange or a little dark? And he's like, yeah. And he was like, I feel like it got darker too. And I was like, I know. I don't know if it like oxidizes or what, but I mean, you can look at the back of my hand now because it kind of, you can see it like kind of dries down. It's not like still wet. It's definitely like, first of all, she is, two different people. Two different people, two completely different undertones, but you can see it's definitely very much on the orange side, and it definitely got darker than when I applied it. I don't really know how it works, as I don't really feel like it. Like on my face, it doesn't look that crazy, at least in the monitor. It doesn't. In person, it looks crazy. If you are the type of person that enjoys like the Kosas tinted face oil, but you want something that has like just, and like your skin type really works with this, you might actually really enjoy the Rose Ink one, because they both, I feel like the finish of them is really, not finished, but like the way that they wear throughout the day is similar. And the Kosas one definitely clings to dry patches. And so does the Rose Ink one throughout the day. So I think that you might actually really enjoy this if you like that and you like pretty much no coverage at all. And you like something that just kind of will like even out your skin tone. But I do think if you have like rosacea or like a lot of redness, this might not be for you, because I don't really think it has like enough coverage to kind of even it out, if that makes sense. But I digress on that. This still is a nice product. I still really like the finish. I mean, it's a really pretty satin finish. It's just not my favorite. And I would actually love to know if you have tried this, like what your thoughts are, if you enjoy it, what you kind of think of it overall. This is really like, I would say of all the products I've used, I feel like a little bit disappointing compared to all the rest that I've used from them, especially because the way that it applies with a brush, and I know like you don't have to apply with a brush, but like the fact that they like sell it with a brush, or they say you apply it with a brush and then you use it with a brush, and I found it to get patchy, I found wild. I will say wild. But if you apply with your fingers, you don't have that issue. But yeah, that is it for my Rose Ink Tinted Serum review. I would love to know your thoughts. Have you used the Rose Ink Tinted Serum? If you have, what are your thoughts? If you haven't, what do you think? Do you think you're going to purchase it? Do you think you want to try it out? I mean, it's definitely not a bad product. I do enjoy it. It's just, again, I want a little bit more from it. I would love to know down below if you have used the Rose Ink Tinted Serum. What are your thoughts? Do you enjoy it? If you haven't, do you think you're going to try it out? What did you think of the shade range? I would love to know down below what your thoughts are on that. And I would also like to know, what is your favorite skin tint? And yeah, that is it for my Rose Ink Tinted Serum review. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.